Alright, hey, welcome guys, I'm DRBibliophile, and I'm finally back from my very long break from YouTube, which was about 9 months. Once again, I really do apologize. Different backdrop and awful different lighting. Reason for that is, while I was at school, apparently my family thought to take my regular filming area and kind of turn it into the impromptu storage spot. I'll get it worked out, hopefully, beforehand, because filming in a cave is not a very good idea. Okay, so the idea for today's video is actually from a comment that kind of spurred me even back to starting off the videos. It's from Artist90, and he said, 9 months later, dude, I just googled masculine booktube and found you. I think you need to start making videos again soon. I like your voice, still sounds kind of creepy, doesn't it? I think you should keep following your own advice about guys participating in booktube, haha. If you make a video, I'll show you my real channel, although you could probably find out regardless. Hope to see more soon. Well, Mr. Artist90, I really did appreciate the comment, and it worked. So, in honor of that comment, and to thank you for what you're doing, today's video is going to be the top 5 masculine book characters that I have found. Let's get to it. To start off this top 5 list, I have any protagonist from any G.A. Henty book ever written. The entire thing is like this was the Young Men series of Henty wanted to promote manhood and chivalry, things like that. So literally any book you pick up by him, their main character is going to be everything that you would hope for in like the ideal man. They're courageous, they're very noble, they're strong, they're brave, which is kind of like courageous, but they're great books. But the problem is, after I read maybe 10 of them in a row, they got kind of predictable. Every now and then to go back and visit one, they're great, but to sit through and kind of string read them, they're kind of hard. Out of every one I've read, this is probably still my favorite. It's called The Dragon and the Raven, or The Days of King Alfred. It has to do with the Saxons and the Normans. I highly recommend it. Number 4, we have Beowulf. I'm noticing, actually, as I look down at the stack of books I've chosen, a lot of these are kind of the medieval time period, kind of classical. Actually, I think all of them are classical. So maybe that tells you something about society. And who's degraded? I don't know. But Beowulf. I mean, for crying out loud, he rips off Grendel's arm. He fights for people. He goes to kill the dragon because it killed one of his loved ones. This guy is a boss, and a very, very masculine person that I don't think anyone would really argue with. Number 3, we have Ivanhoe from Sir Walter Scott. Number 3, we have Ivanhoe from Sir Walter Scott's fantastic novel, Ivanhoe. He's a knight, and he is literally what you would hope for in a knight. He defends the honor of women, he fights for his nation, he is strong in his religious beliefs, he's a man's man, and a lot of fun to read. Now for 2 and 1, it was honestly hard for me to choose because they're both definitely masculine men, but in slightly different ways. Number 2, I have Sherlock Holmes from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He's extremely masculine, but he takes on it a little bit different. He's not always necessarily out beating up people or saving a damsel in distress. He is extremely brilliant. He's calculated. He is noble in a different sector. For any of you guys that have read Sherlock Holmes or seen the show, anything, I think you understand what I'm talking about. Definitely worthy of the place on the top 5. And like I said, pretty much tied for 1 and 2. My number 1 pick for the most masculine character in literature, and this is obviously up for debate, it's just my opinion right now, but is Edmond Dantes from The Count of Monte Cristo. I love this book. I've talked about this book I don't know how many times on my channel. It's still my favorite. To this day, it's still the best revenge story I've ever read. He starts out as your traditional man's man. He's a sailor, goes through everything, so very strong, very tough, but then he goes through hell and back when he's thrown into the prison betrayed. Through that all, he becomes brilliant, and still, just what he does is cold, is calculating, it's very, very manly, and without a doubt, this is the number 1 spot. Forget what kind of I said with Sherlock. I love this book. If you haven't read this, you honestly don't know what you're missing. Alright, well, that's it for my top 5 masculine book characters. I hope you guys enjoyed. You have no idea, honestly, how good this feels to get back into this. So, Artist90, thank you so much for that final kind of jab to get me going. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day, and God bless. Bye.